Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Right.
We always love to explore, new books, new ideas.
Always.
And this time we're looking at recommendations
Yeah.
from some pretty fascinating people.
Yeah. Global leaders, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's McKinsey and Company's 2024 list of what they're reading.
Okay.
And it's a really interesting mix.
Yeah.
It's not just like business books,
Okay.
there's history, personal development, even like a cultural history of eyeliner.
Eyeliner. Seriously.
I know, right?
That's not what I was expecting.
It's kind of cool though, right?
It is. It makes you wonder what
What they're thinking.
yeah, like what does that say about them?
I think it shows they're curious.
Oh.
Like they're not just focused on their own little world. They're
Right.
interested in everything.
Okay, so lots to unpack here.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with, I guess, some of the themes we're seeing.
Okay.
One that jumps out right away is leadership
Yeah.
and personal growth. There are a lot of books on that.
Huge trend.
Yeah, like $1 Trillion Coach, The Journey of Leadership, How Legendary Leaders Speak.
Yeah, I mean, $1 Trillion Coach is fascinating.
Oh, why is that?
It's about Bill Campbell.
Okay.
He coached some of the biggest names in Silicon Valley,
Oh, wow.
and he really emphasized this idea of like building trust,
Yep.
psychological safety on teams, which I think is so important.
Right, so it's not just about, like, giving orders, right?
No, it's about creating the right environment
Okay.
so people can do their best work.
So that kind of fits in with, I guess, like Inner Drive,
Yeah.
which was recommended by Asel Zanasova.
CEO of CastPost.
Yeah, and that was all about intrinsic motivation.
Right, exactly. Finding that internal drive,
Okay.
aligning your work with your passions.
That makes sense, but I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. The world is kind of a mess right now.
Oh, it's a lot.
It's complex. It's demanding.
Yeah.
There's got to be some advice in here on how to deal with that.
Oh, absolutely. Like there are books like Anatomy of a Breakthrough,
Okay.
The Art of Explanation, Slow Productivity.
Slow productivity.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's about, really focusing on what matters,
Okay.
prioritizing deep work instead of just being busy all the time.
Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
That's a good one. Okay, so we've got leadership.
Yeah.
We've got kind of this personal productivity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another big theme that really jumps out is technology
Oh, yeah.
and the future.
Huge.
Yeah, and some of these titles are a little bit intimidating.
A little.
Like AI needs you,
Well.
chip war,
Mhm.
co-intelligence, the coming wave.
Yeah, it's clear these leaders are thinking a lot about the future
Yeah.
and how technology is going to shape it.
So chip war, for instance, what's that about?
Oh, that one dives into the whole battle over semiconductors,
Oh, wow.
which is like super important, even if most people don't realize it.
Right, it's like behind the scenes, but it affects everything.
Totally.
Yeah, so it's not just about the hype.
No.
It's about understanding the power dynamics
Exactly.
behind
right.
these technologies.
hmm
And Amy Webb, she's a futurist, right?
Yeah, founder of the Future Today Institute.
Okay.
She actually recommended 2 books with a historical angle.
Oh, interesting.
Inventor of the Future, which is about Buckminster Fuller,
Okay.
and then Ideas That Created the Future, which is a collection of classic papers in computer science.
Oh, wow. Okay, so looking back,
Yeah.
you understand where we're going.
Exactly. History repeats itself, all that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so from leadership strategies to, the future of technology,
Yeah.
these leaders are clearly grappling with some pretty big ideas.
Yeah.
What else is catching your eye?
Well, it's not all about the future. There's a lot of interest in history on this list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like captivating narratives,
Okay.
like the Radium Girls,
Okay.
One Fine Day, an unfinished love story.
Hmm.
Oh.
Because sometimes history can be a little dry. So what do you think draws these leaders to, these particular books?
Well, it's not just about like memorizing dates and names,
Right.
It's about understanding the past,
Okay.
which helps us understand the present
Okay.
and even like anticipate future challenges.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like the Radium Girls, for instance.
Okay.
It tells the story of these women who were poisoned by radium working in factories.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
But it brings up these questions about like worker safety,
Mm,
corporate responsibility,
right.
the consequences of new technologies.
Yeah. And those are definitely things that are still relevant today.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially now with everything moving so fast.
Right. So it's like history gives us these cautionary tales almost.
Yeah.
To remind us to like proceed with caution.
Mm-hmm. Be aware of the downsides.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. something else I noticed.
Yeah.
Emma Tucker and Evan Gershkovich
Okay.
from the Wall Street Journal.
Mhm.
They both recommended Fever Pitch.
Yeah, by Nick Hornby.
Wait, isn't that a book about football?
It is.
What's the connection there?
Well, it is about football, but it also goes deeper, you know?
Okay.
It's about passion and obsession
Mm-hmm.
and that feeling of belonging you get from being a fan.
Oh, okay.
I think for journalists, that probably resonates.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like when you're really invested in a story.
Right, like you're searching for the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Prisoner also caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
544 days in an Iranian prison.
Yeah, powerful memoir.
Wow, that sounds intense.
It is.
It's a good reminder that history isn't just about, like, big events.
Yeah.
It's also about individual stories.
Mhm. Of resilience and courage.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we've got history.
Yeah.
We've also got a lot of memoirs on this list.
Oh, yeah.
Like An American Family,
Yeah.
Walk Through Fire.
Yeah, lots of personal stories.
Seems like these leaders are really interested in different perspectives,
Oh, definitely.
like stepping outside of their own world.
Mm-hmm. Seeing things from someone else's point of view.
Yeah. And it's not just memoirs either, right?
No.
Like Sophie Schmidt recommended Eat the Buddha,
Yeah.
which is about Tibetans living under Chinese rule.
Right. A whole different world.
It's like these leaders are saying,
Yeah.
hey, if I want to be effective,
Mm-hmm.
if I want to understand the world,
Yeah.
I need to listen to different voices.
Exactly. Broaden your horizons.
Yeah. And that actually brings us to another theme
Okay.
that I've noticed kind of running through this whole list.
What's that?
Understanding systems.
Yeah.
How things work. Like
Yeah.
Azima Azhar recommended How Infrastructure Works,
Yeah.
which is about all the stuff we kind of take for granted,
Totally.
like transportation, energy, communication.
The invisible systems that keep everything running.
Right. And that's especially important now with all the challenges we're facing.
Oh, absolutely.
Climate change, resource scarcity.
Yeah, we need to understand these systems
Okay.
if we want to build a better future.
Yeah. And what about the systems that govern our societies?
Yeah.
Any books on that?
Definitely. Reid Hoffman recommended The Politics Industry,
Okay.
which is all about political innovation,
Interesting.
breaking through gridlock, saving our democracy.
So these leaders are clearly thinking about how our political systems are working.
Oh, yeah. And if they're working for everyone,
Right, yeah.
you're looking for solutions.
Yeah.
Ways to make things more fair.
It's inspiring to see them engaging with these tough issues.
Mm-hmm. Not shying away from the hard conversations.
Yeah, they're not just focused on their own success.
Right.
They're thinking about the big picture.
Yeah, the well-being of society.
Okay, so we've covered history, memoirs, systems.
Yeah.
What else is jumping out at you?
You know, there's also a lot of emphasis on practical advice.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, communication seems to be a big one.
Okay.
Dmitry Shishkin, he's the CEO of Ringier Media International.
Mm.
He picked The Art of Explanation, which is all about communicating clearly and confidently.
Yeah, that's so important these days.
Oh, totally.
I feel like we're constantly bombarded with information.
Right.
So being able to cut through the noise
Mm,
and explain things simply,
yeah,
that's a superpower.
it is. And then there's The Art of Gathering.
Oh.
Caitlin Christine, she's the founder and CEO of Gabby.
Okay.
She recommended that one.
What's that about?
It's about creating more meaningful gatherings,
Okay.
whether it's a meeting, a social event, even just dinner with your family.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's about being intentional,
Okay.
making those interactions really count.
Yeah. I think we could all use a little more of that.
Right. And of course, we can't forget about productivity.
Oh, yeah. That's always a hot topic.
Always. Liz Tennedy, she's the co-founder of Motherly and CEO of Founding Women.
Okay.
She chose slow productivity.
Slow productivity. Okay.
It's about focusing on deep work,
Okay.
setting boundaries, finding a sustainable pace.
Yeah, that sounds like the opposite of how most of us live these days.
It is. But it's so important.
Right. Like working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And speaking of working smarter,
Yeah.
Andrea Wasmith, CEO of Handelsblatt Media, she recommended their Kreativitätscode.
Okay. What's that?
It's German for the creativity code.
Okay.
And it's all about, unleashing your creativity,
Okay.
coming up with innovative solutions.
Yeah. Creativity is so important in any field.
Totally. It's not just for artists anymore.
Right. We all need to be able to think outside the box.
Exactly. And, a lot of these recommendations focus on mindset,
Yeah. I've noticed that.
like how you think about things.
Okay.
Madeline McIntosh and Sahar Albazar,
Okay.
they both recommended don't believe everything you think.
Wow. That's a powerful title.
Right. It's about challenging negative thought patterns.
Yeah. Getting out of your own way.
Exactly. And Sahar Albazar also recommended a couple of classics.
Oh, like what?
Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
and Mindset by Carol Dweck.
Oh, yeah, those are both really insightful books.
They've stood the test of time for a reason.
Right, they have a lot to teach us.
And specifically for women leaders.
Yeah,
Liz Kennedy also recommended Playing Big.
playing big, okay.
It's about, women stepping into their power,
Okay,
finding their voice, taking risks.
yeah, that's so important.
It is, and of course, relationships are key too.
Oh, yeah,
Daisy Verasingham, CEO of the Associated Press,
okay.
she recommended to my sisters,
What's that one about?
it's a guide to building lifelong friendships.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, those strong connections are so important.
They are, and, in today's world,
Yeah,
it's easy to get caught up in the digital stuff
totally
and
right.
forget about those real human connections.
Exactly. And Akrit Vaish, he chose Oprah's book, What I Know for Sure.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that one.
It's about living a more authentic life.
Which I think definitely involves strong relationships.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up here,
Yeah.
what are your big takeaways from this list?
Well, I'm really struck by the curiosity of these leaders.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just focused on their own narrow fields.
No.
They're interested in everything. History, culture, psychology.
Yeah, they're lifelong learners.
Yeah. And I think that's a really important quality for any leader.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about business skills anymore.
No.
It's about being a well-rounded person who's curious and adaptable.
Yeah, and wants to make a difference.
Exactly. So to our listeners,
Yeah.
we encourage you to check out some of these books. Find something that sparks your curiosity.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself with new ideas. You never know what you might learn.
And you might be surprised by what you find.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us for another deep dive,
Yeah, it's been fun.
and we'll see you next time.